Hey y'all, it's
Beth with Kel Shenanigans
and Charlene with WhatTheTuckers, and we're going to get suited up because we're going to make Rice Krispie
stuff.
Yeah, we're going to make real Rice Krispies, and we're going to show you how to do it. Not Rice Krispie treats, but Rice Krispie cereal.
Yes.
So let's get down here and to the work table, and we'll get you set up so you can see what we're making today. And we're going to see if this really works. We saw this on YouTube, and we've questioned it, so we're going to see. But we're going to take y'all along for the journey. So let's go.
Amen.
Here we are at the workstation. I had to do a voiceover. I really didn't want to. I did a lot of talking through this video, so I'm going to try to make this keep up with this while I'm talking with you, because this little stovetop that I'm cooking on makes a lot of noise. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need to get your pan really hot. Now, we did this in 3 different batches to test it out because like we said, this is our first time doing it. So the first thing you're going to need to get is some plain salt. Now what we did is we added, there you go, there's your plain salt. And you're going to add twice as much salt as what you are adding parboiled rice. So we're filling up the 1 cup measuring cup to see how much we actually need in here. All right, here we go. We've got our pot nice and hot. Now we've got this up to, I believe it was about 520 what we cooked our first batch on. Now, I think 520 ended up being too hot because we weren't sure, because they don't give directions on the internet. So what we've got is our cast iron pot here with our plain salt in it, no iodine added, and we're heating this up. Now, we're not sure how hot this has got to get before we actually put our rice in. So what we do is we just stir this around the bottom of the pot. Now, you know, if you put sugar in a pot, it melts. We weren't sure if this was going to melt or not because, you know, just because you see it on the internet doesn't mean that it's for real or that they haven't edited that or haven't done something with it. So this salt appears not to be melting, so we're mixing it around and we're feeling it to see how hot it is, and if we can touch it, we figure it's not quite hot enough for what we needed. So we're waiting until this gets really, really hot. Now, the next thing we did is we took and added a 1/4 cup or a 1/2 cup of parboiled rice. Now, we got this from Walmart because we got the cheapest brand because we want to find out how this is going to actually work. Now, once we started putting it in the pot, you could hear it snap and crackle and everything else, just like you do hear Rice Krispies when they go snap, crackle, pop. It does that when you're doing this, and they do actually start popping. I don't know if you're going to be able to really tell on the video, but we are cooking this kind of hot. And on our test run, and we did 3 test runs, this one did not pop everything, I think, because, and we had to pull it off of there too soon because it got too hot. So you're not going to want to cook it at 520, but we're looking at the rice to see if it's actually popping, and it is. And it kind of looks like popcorn sometimes, and you'll see those white fluffy kernels when they pop with popcorn. That's kind of the way this rice did. And so we just keep looking at it and watching it. Now, one thing we found out is you want to keep stirring this, because if you'll notice, this is going to start turning dark on the bottom as we start stirring it, and that's a problem, because if it gets too dark too fast, then you're not cooking it. You're not popping it. You're cooking it too fast, and it's not getting a chance to do that pop, so it is going to end up being really crunchy. So then what you want to do is the temperature we want to cook it on is about 460, and you're going to get the most pops out of that. And it really does pop. Now you see those little brown specks coming up? That's not the popped ones. That's the ones that are actually burning because my pot's too hot. And I think we recorded it when we cooked it at the right temperature. I'm not sure, but if I didn't, I just want to make sure I tell you. And if you watch that pot every now and then, you'll see some little things flick up, and that's because that is it popping. And it does taste like Rice Krispies when you're done. You just got to cook it at that lower temperature. This is what it looks like this is what it should look like when you get ready to dump your pot. Now if you cook it a lot lower and slower, you won't get all those dark ones in there, but this is still popping and you can hear it. Look at all that Rice Krispie right there. Alright, so we're going to take this over and get it ready so that we can show you the next step. Alright, the next thing you want to do is you want to take, and I got to get this turned around so that y'all can see, is you're going to take your pot and you're going to wash your hands with it. And you're going to dump all of this inside of a colander. Now our colander, now hold on. Now your colander is sitting over a bowl. So now what you want to do, and for video purposes, I'm going to take this, Beth, and we're going to start stirring this, but we want to keep it below the bowl line so that all of that goes down in the bottom. And what you're doing is you're sifting out all of the salt so you're left with nothing but the cereal. There we go. And this way, okay, stop for a second. And this way what you have is you have all of your salt left down here in the bottom bowl so you can repeat the process and not waste salt. Alright, so here's what we did. We have all of our Rice Krispies here in our colander. And I'm telling you, these taste amazing, like they are a great snack. Now what we're left with is this. And so you see there's still some rice that's in here, and this salt is still pretty warm. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our mesh colander over another bowl and we're going to put this through here. So what we're doing is we're going to sift that salt out one more time so that we don't have any of that uncooked rice that goes through there. And that's what it is that went through the sifter, the colander, is that we ended up with that. And we don't want to put this back in there because we think it'll burn if we did it again. And this is what you end up with right there. Right there, you discard that, and here's your fresh salt to cook again in your pot. And voila.
It tastes like Rice Krispies.
Okay. Okay, so here we are. Beth and I both have a bowl of cereal, and we're going to try them both dry, and we're going to try them with some almond milk on them. So let me get y'all switched back around so y'all can see our faces when we try this and what it's going to taste like. We have unsweetened almond milk we're going to put on it because that's what milk I use. And we're going to dry taste test this first. So we're just going to get a few on our spoon. Now we made a half cup and this turned out to be almost a cup full. We still have some over there in the bowl.
Crunchy. It tastes just like it.
I don't think Rice Krispies, it tastes just like it, but I don't think Rice Krispies is this crunchy. You think that's because it stays in a package in the store for so long?
Maybe. I mean, it could have been the temperature too.
True. It does taste good though. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of almond milk. And you know, if you like your Rice Krispies with sugar and all that stuff, you can add that too. But now we're going to try it like this.
I like it even better. Yes, ma'am. I like it.
You know what I found out about making your own cereal versus buying the cereal in the store? Just like this Rice Krispie, making this, it's not getting as soggy as it does. And just like my Raisin Bran, it's not as soggy as it would be if it was when you put milk on it and let it sit for a few minutes.
Oh yeah. No, this is really good.
This is good, you guys. You should try this. This is one of those things that are true on the internet.
Trial and error.
Yep.
And it's delicious. Can't wait to try this.
All right, you guys, we're back.
Yeah.
And I brought Beth in on this one. I made this Raisin Bran the other day, and I told y'all how good it was. But I don't want y'all to just take my word for it. She's going to try it, and I'm going to eat some more.
I can't wait.
And I want you to tell them how it tastes, Beth.
Okay. Here goes. Oh my gosh. This is so good.
It tastes like Raisin Bran, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it tastes better than what I get at the store.
It doesn't have all those extra chemicals added to it to make it be preserved. And I think that's where a lot of my allergies may come from, is from the preservatives.
Yeah, this is delicious.
And it doesn't mask the flavor of the cereal. And by making it at home, your flakes don't get all soggy before you get to eat it all at the bottom.
And you can actually taste some of the ingredients that's like really good. Wow.
Sure is.
I love this. Is really good. I'm making some.
Well,
wow. Y'all have got to try this. This is amazing. So if you haven't had homemade cereal before, you've got to get Charlene's recipe for Raisin Bran. It is off the chain delicious.
and if y'all want to know what the video is that we made the Raisin Bran in, go check out this link.
Amen. Ooh, thank you.
It is good, isn't it?
Wow, it's filling too.
That's what my husband said. Very filling versus what you get in the store.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. This is What the Tuckers.
Kel Shenanigans.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope to see you real soon. Give us those 2 thumbs up. Hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you real soon here at What the Tuckers.